I don't get to host anymore, so this is my opportunity to say hello, everybody. My name is CCNeverender, and you're here watching SDAT 2025. We so appreciate y'all being here. Hope you're out there vibing, chilling, relaxing, maxing all cool, shooting some b-ball inside the house where you're watching SDAT 2025. Hi, Bo. How's it going? The run is already set up, but everybody is going to take a bathroom break. So I'm sitting here in Discord by myself for 5 minutes. So why don't I go say hi to the people? Let everybody know. Hi, CJ. Hello, everybody out there. Thanks so much for being here, for watching, for hanging out. It's been a great start to the day. Julie's here. I see everybody out there. I see Potato. By the way, I want to remind everybody that we are having the Speed Dogs Pizza incentive. Now, you can be a nice person and you can donate and you can put money towards a really nice topping for that pizza because somebody's going to have to eat this pizza. Right? You could be mean if you really wanted, but you know, this is a pizza that does have to be consumed. And if you care about food waste like I do, maybe we try and make something good. Or don't. It's up to you. Yeah, get your donations in for that. We'll make sure that CJ gets something edible by the end of the day. You'll personally attach this pizza topping to back home? Well, you know what, Mike? You have the opportunity. You have the opportunity. You follow that donate link. It's real easy. You can donate to a Target and a poll at the same time with the same money. It goes both ways, right? So if you put 20 bucks in, you can put 20 bucks towards the pizza poll and $20 towards any of the incentives later on today, like the Ori and the Blind Forest, Rainbow Dash, or, you know, we got the Halo 3 bid war and the Shadow the Hedgehog bid war. It's all on there, right? At the same damn time. At the same time, you can donate to targets and incentives. So, you know, consider the following. Donate money. Looks like the host police is here. Sorry.
Host police. I have something to add, actually, to what CC was saying. I hope that CC didn't say this while it was gone. But if you donate $20, you also get entered into a giveaway that we're having. A raffle?
Ooh,
raffle is probably the better word.
Yes. I didn't say this, so go ahead.
Yes, I feel like we haven't mentioned it just yet, so I would like to. So yeah, we are having some prizes that you can enter to get if you donate a single donation of, I'm sorry, it's 25 this weekend. There's 2 prizes you can enter if you donate a single donation worth $10 or more, and there's a prize if you donate 25 or more in a single donation. So one of the $10 is your choice of shirt from our merch shop. They are the comfiest shirts. I swear to you, they are genuinely so soft, so nice. I have slept in the ones that I have gotten from the store. They are comfortable. The other one for $10 is a Razer Ornata V3 gaming keyboard. It is USB, looks like. Got those RGBs. Looks pretty nice. Probably mechanical because it's gaming, you know. And then the $25 entry donation is a Steel Stick modified Nintendo 64 controller. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically, you know how when you play your N64 games and your control stick gets, you know, it wears out and it doesn't stand up straight anymore and it's kind of like got dead zones and everything? These are sturdier, better control sticks that don't have that problem. They still, well, okay, they are much more resistant to the problem. Too much Mario Party? Yeah. You spin in that thing. My N64 controllers, they were pretty cooked. But yes, they're so good. They are much more sturdy, wear out way less, and they still have the nice notches for you. So if you use your notches to position yourself for your games, they're there. They're great. And Alma is so gracious that he'll even work with you to get the right colors and stuff on your controller. Alma's pretty cool, guys. So, again, if you donate $10 in a single donation, you get entered for a shirt or the keyboard. And if you donate $25 in a single donation, the N64 controller. But if you cannot afford to donate, or you have already donated, like you donated last weekend, you couldn't manage it this weekend, or whatever your situation is, there is a form in our Discord that you can fill out with your information to be entered into the raffle with no price needed. No purchase, no donation, no whatever. The only, I'm going to say kicker, is you have to fill it out each time for, like, if you want to enter all 3 prizes, you have to fill it out 3 times to be put in all 3. That's the only kicker. Otherwise, it's literally join the Discord, do the little Google form. It takes like 30 seconds, maybe even less. It's fast, I promise. So, yes, or you could just donate, you know. But I want to be clear, if you can't, for whatever reason, you're not just excluded. You're still here, you're still supporting in some way, you're hopefully spreading the word, you can still enter. Obviously, yes, donations to the charity are preferred. On that note, we've talked about the charity a little bit. We're raising money for Save the Children. They're a great charity. We have raised a lot of money so far already, but we are so close to our goal. We are, what is this? $60.31 away from our current goal. And, you know, I know that we can hit it. I think we can even potentially reach 5,000 by the end of the day with your generosity. It would be extremely cool. I think we'll get there. Maybe I'm being ambitious, but I think we will get there. You know, 5,000's a lot of money. You can do a lot of good with 5,000. But hey, I think that we're just about ready for some more critter rolling. So don't touch that dial, because we'll be here with Super Sami Roll very soon.
And welcome back to our coverage of the 2006 All-Star Game. Leading it off for the National League is Alfonso Soriano, and what a year he's having. As we get settled into this one, Roy Halladay on the bump, getting the start for the American League. And 0-0 count. Hideaway Cutter, 0-1. Oh, I'm sorry, we interrupt our coverage of this game to bring you a basketball game with Larry Johnson going up. Matembo has the ball, gets hard foul, but the refs are letting him play. Brings it up the court, and boom, shakalaka! A dunk. Oh no, sorry. Bears Saints. Bears are at the goal line. What are they going to run here? They hand it off to the running back, and touchdown! Bears 35. We're playing Brent Hull's hockey now. Oh, and a hard check. The refs are letting them play. You love to see it. And goal! Goal! St. Louis has scored. Janney, no assists. Oh, you loved it. And we interrupt our hockey coverage to bring you this Beyond the Arc 3 from Yosemite Sam. Tasmanian Devil goes up the court and slams it down. Daffy checks the ball into Yosemite Sam. He goes to a spot on Beyond the Arc and drains it in. If you want to see more clips like this and more, go to youtube.com/sports_fix. That's youtube.com/sports_fix.
So, you're wondering if Save the Children is a good charity and whether you should donate to help kids. Let us show you where your giving goes. Here's how it works. For every $1 you give, 85 cents goes straight to our programs, helping children grow up healthy, educated, and safe. That means your donation can help provide books, nourishing food, medicine, and shelter to children wherever it's needed the most, in 115 countries around the globe. Now, about that other 15 cents. We use that for innovating, operating, and communicating with you, so we can create positive, irreversible change for children, and with children. Don't just take our word for it. Year after year, charity watch groups give us top marks. Bottom line, Save the Children is a top charity you can trust. So go ahead and feel good about doing good, and know that every $1 helps.
All right, as promised, we're still here. I have SNC Sector 7G and Quill here for some Super Sammy rule. Go ahead and take it away, guys.
Yeah, welcome back, everyone. The trio is still here. We're still ready to roll. Gonna be playing some Super Sammy roll here for you today. I know some of you would be familiar with this game from previous SDATs. Another game that I think Quill has a lot of love for, yeah?
Yeah.
But
come back to it.
The any percent category has, I think, seen a lot of work since the last time it's been featured in SDAT. Some new strats to be discussed today. And world record, now held by me, is a solid 38 minutes and 25 seconds. So it's a massive improvement over what it was a couple of years ago.
For some perspective, a couple years ago, which is the last time this was at SDAT, my PB was 48 minutes. So world record's now 10 minutes faster than my PB.
Yeah, definitely some cool stuff to discuss. We'll get started and we can talk some more about it. So just to fill you in, we're going to be playing in relax mode for any percent. The reason we do this is that we have checkpoints in the levels, and it also removes the time limit. So that's going to be important for a lot of the levels later on in the game. So time will start in 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. Something exciting to mention right off the bat here today is, since I've been running this game, I've had splits running the whole time. But today, for SDAT, is actually the 100th completed run that I'll be doing on these splits, since the very first time that I had started running any percent. You know, I've attempted the game over 600 times and not completed many of those runs, but SDAT is lucky 100. Alright.
We have people in the chat mentioning what time it is for you.
Yes.
I should have said this before, but thank you so much for getting up before 5 a.m. to commentate the previous run.
Yeah.
And then this early to do your run.
I didn't really think about it beforehand, but yeah, was a 4:45 a.m. wake up this morning to be on for SDAT. So just past 7 at the moment in the land of Australia. Ooh, just missing that one. But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure to be a part of SDAT so far. Really enjoyed the Tin and Kuna run. But let's shift the focus onto Sami. I know this is going to look pretty similar to Tin and Kuna in some ways, going fresh from that run. Similar kind of like lizard rolling game. The more 3D platforming goodness. It's more course clear. But a couple of different things going on. Definitely a lot of emphasis on speed here. You have the ground pound, which works a little bit different. You get a bit of a bounce, which you can use to do speed boosts in various instances. And the main mechanic here is this grapple, which you can jump out of in midair. A lot of levels where you're almost not really touching the ground for the majority of it. You're just rolling through and trying to find the best way to move.
Yeah, I'd say if you're coming from watching the last run... Oh, we should talk about this first.
Yes, I was going to say, this is one of the craziest skips in the game, and I've nailed it first try. 1-6 is a gold split for SDAT. That is the best time I've got fantastic. on 1-6.
That strat is hard. And every strat before that strat to use to clear that level quickly is hard.
Yes.
But yeah, if you were coming from watching the last run, part of Sami is the tongue mechanic. That's one big difference. The other big difference is, what if physics actually worked more correctly? That's a huge difference between the two games.
Yeah, let's say it that way. Yeah, Tinkuna more jank to it. Super Sami Roll. Even though this is a solo developer project, I think there's a level of polish to the mechanics that I know you don't get many 3D platformers like this. I think it's a great little game in the genre. Unlike Tinkuna, I can thoroughly recommend this for a casual playthrough.
Yeah,
I think it offers a really unique experience where the game is subtly pushing you towards mastery in little ways. Like, you have these ranks at the end of the level. The fastest we can get is a rank S in relax mode, but pump that difficulty up to advanced and you can go straight for Maestro rank, which is a hidden rank, really. I need to restart there, just mistimed the jump.
Yeah, Maestro, there's a lot of levels in the game where you have to do things like this to hit Maestro rank.
Yes. It means that you found what the developer intended to skip over most of the level, right? The most difficult strats that you can come up with. Skipping the entirety of that level, it's a 3-second clear time.
That one's an easy Maestro if you do that, because the developer did not intend that one.
No.
Shoutouts to Venox, by the way, the developer of this game.
Sanzai Games.
But the music. Yeah,
Yes.
Sanzai Games being his publishing and development company. And he's great.
I have a lot of love for the little Super Sami Roll community that we've got here. I think I've kind of been polluting the waters a little bit with all of our friends from Australia and New Zealand from the the Rivals of Ether scene that I've slowly been converting into Super Sami Roll speedrunners instead.
Yeah, it's been really funny in the Discord watching these. Like, I don't live in the same time allotment that these people play the game in.
Yep.
So I've been missing so much of this game, but I do love this game so much. It's in like my top 10 games of all time, legitimately. Like, I just really, really enjoy this game.
And that is the connection with Quill and I. How he and I first started interacting.
Yeah, actually, how did you find this game?
I've mentioned it in previous marathons, but it's the Nitro Red review for me. He posted a very loving review of the game. I think he called it the single most underrated 3D platformer that he ever played on the channel. A little bit unlucky on RNG in this boss fight, so I'll briefly explain. Those missiles, they have a 10-second timer. So every time he shoots a missile, I have 10 seconds to trace it and hit him. But I'm also trying to get him to spit out... Wow, unlucky RNG again. The fastest method is to get him to spit out the second missile while tracing the previous one. And if you do that well, you can save a lot of time in RNG on this stage. But he's just not played a little bit nice today, Prince Albert. Not Prince Albert, I keep saying Prince Albert. I do that all the time.
We all call him Prince Albert because of the stupid
Prince Albert in a can. Yeah.
And if you don't know what that is, watch some television from like the 1960s. Uh,
I don't know why it's polluted my brain like that, but
I don't either.
Yeah, Albert has kidnapped all of Sammy's friends, so we're going on this platforming adventure to try to recover his girlfriend from the evil grips of this monkey engineer thing.
Yeah. Really cool, very hard strat here that I have
first
not
try.
even attempted to do.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the pipe bounce is a staple of this level now. It saves a full 15 seconds over the next fastest route. The start of that level is actually the safer method that we've only started using in the past week. There used to be a crazy edge bounce, which made 2-2 one of the most inconsistent levels in the game. But it's a little bit easier now with that new method there. I mean, we are just blasting through it so far. So World 1 you can finish sort of in about 6 minutes. You do have some branching paths across the full game, so we're not playing every level that's available to us, but across any percent, you are going to play 56 out of the 72 levels available. 78. It's 78 in total, actually. So a pretty hefty chunk of what the game has to offer, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
That was...
Real
then-
quick, while there's
Yeah,
a
go
small pause.
Yep.
I just want to say we got a $25 donation from Quill and all the parents. It says, great job, Quill, and good luck, SNC. And they picked sausage for the pizza. And then we also have a $5 donation from Lorenz65 that says, greetings from the front page of SRC. Question.
Oh, wow.
If we're fans of Seed Docs, does that mean this is our pizza too? Are we voting for our own destruction? And the $5 went to pepperoni on the pizza.
I think the answer is yes.
I-
Here's what we alluded to real quick.
Oh.
Can we
Yeah,
get it?
I've messed up the pacing, so it might not get there. Oh, just got there. Here is our cactus
Oh,
jump that we
we'll
alluded to
get-
oh my
earlier
gosh.
in Tin and Kuna. It's it's a tricky one. You need to use full coyote time on that jump, and you normally need a bit more momentum than that. I was quite lucky to be able to hit that right there.
Yeah. All right, Kit, sorry. Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
No, I was just going to say thank you to the parents and also to Lorenz for the donations, and I was going to send it back.
All right, cool. Really cool that we got somebody donating from the front page of SRC. Why don't we get a $5 front page of SRC viewer train going?
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm trying.
You are
but good
Good
trying.
work, Will.
It
You're
is
an old
really
pro
cool.
at this.
It is very cool that we got somebody coming in from that method. Welcome in. We are a very welcoming community, as you've probably noticed already. That was a really cool jump.
Oh, this level is nuts. I don't know how we've optimized this to this point for any percent, but 2-8 is one of my early favorites of the runs at this point. A lot
Speaking
of...
of optimizing things,
Yes.
this game has a pretty healthy IL
No!
scene, right?
Okay, yes.
Oh.
Continue.
Has a pretty healthy IL scene. A lot of people, especially because the game has in-game timers, like to do the ILs with this. And there's some pretty crazy tricks. Like you saw that pipe bounce earlier. You can just edge bounce off of things. And the ILs, when you're not worried about consistency, you can just go for that.
Yes, yeah. Individual level records in this game are pretty insane at this point. I think a lot of them are optimized to that point where, for the most part, you're having runs with edge bounces that do crazy things. I think the longer the level is, the less of that is introduced. I think that's when you see some pretty crazy routing on those, but for those shorter levels where you can just get a really clean edge bounce directly to the end goal, basically all of World 1 is completed in less than 10 seconds on every single level. It's nuts.
Yeah, the ILs are crazy.
That is actually where I got
I'm
my
not an
start
IL runner.
in Sami roll, though. I did not start with any percent. I started learning individual level records. Wow, nailed that as well. This has been a very good run for the difficult stuff, and I'm just losing time on a couple of easy things at this point, which I think is the standard in a lot of the practice runs I've been having recently.
Yeah, we were talking about that right before we went live. That is like the speedrunner's conundrum where you hit difficult things but fail easy things.
If I didn't have bad RNG on the boss fight, I would actually be even with my current world record pace, which is pretty nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is. Other than that, I can't think of another like big mistake. Oh, cactus jump, where you had to like go back for a second.
Yeah, a little bit of
Well, there was
slowdown
the
there.
one where the missed jump.
No kid, it's all been perfect so far. Don't remind them. No, it's been a great start so far. It's still early days, so let's not count our chickens before they hatch. But yeah, as I was saying, individual level is how I got my start. So I definitely learnt the tricky stuff before feeling it back onto the easier strats for any percent. There are a couple of levels in any percent early on when I first started running where the strategies were actually really inconsistent, and I think over time we've made this run not only filled with absurd strategies to save time, but we've also made it a lot more consistent to play as well. So
yeah, it's been nice to see.
Crazy new discoveries along the way, of course, but also that consistency which you really want to see in a good speed run. But just like that, we were at the end of World 2. Pacing-wise, it's a bit of a lopsided run. You don't actually hit the halfway point of the run until the middle of World 3. It's just because the levels start to get a bit longer after this point. So
yeah,
we're gonna ease out of World 2 and be thrown right into the deep end with World 3. We thankfully have the most consistent and easiest of the boss fights here. End of World 2.
I think this guy's no RNG?
Yeah, no RNG for the most part. It is all positioning based.
The other three do have RNGs.
Yes.
They can be a bit of a pain in that regard.
Yeah, you get about 40 seconds of variance on all the other boss fights, and it's completely out of your control. So unfortunately, a lot of the time, a little bit early on a couple of those bounces. A lot of the time, a good run is sort of dictated by boss fight RNG in this instance. But there is a lot of game that you need to play well for that RNG to actually matter, right? Alright. Sure. Ice physics, it's the thing that everyone loves in a 3D platformer. I've never heard anyone complain about them. And this is another game which definitely fits that rule. The ice physics can be really tricky in Super Sami rule. Wow. Bounce there.
Honestly, I'd say the way it's implemented in Sami is one of my favorite implementations of ice physics.
I really enjoy it. I think it's super fun. That being said, this is a difficult game. So anytime that you're adding on new elements, and as the levels are getting more difficult and longer, the expectations are increasing. World 3 becomes a real hurdle for people the first time they play this game. I think a lot of people end up hitting a brick wall here and do not make it out.
Yeah.
You like the igloo bounce, Quill? I saw the little reaction.
This game is not for the faint of heart. It does get difficult. If you want to play a well-designed but difficult 3D platformer that's physics-based, this is the game for you.
Yeah, I think the challenge is very fair, which is the important part. There is very little in this game that I think is, RNG based, or it's not working in the way that it's intended to. Like, the challenge in Sami is completely dictated by you.
Yeah.
If you want to push yourself and go for these crazy times, you can make this a very challenging experience and have a run that's all very skill-based, player expression, all of that. If you want a more casual playthrough, knock it into relax mode. You can take it slow. But for what this game does right, I think it is a perfect little 3D platformer.
So SNC, when are we going to talk about the elephant in the room here?
The elephant in the room? What is the elephant in the room?
A sequel to this game.
Ooh, yes, okay, yeah. With thanks to that Nitro Red review that I mentioned earlier, the game sort of received a second life. It didn't really find its success when it first released, and I think it's slowly been gaining a bit of respect in the little 3D platformer scene that we have. And late last year, they were able to launch a successful Kickstarter campaign, which I actually assisted with in part. I have to be upfront with that. I was helping with writing some of the content for that campaign. And they received funding. Super Sami Roll 2 is on its way, and the closed beta is actually starting tomorrow. So it's going to be the first time since the demo release that we're seeing some new footage and gameplay from Super Sami Roll 2. There's going to be more playable characters through the campaign, new mechanics. It's honestly everything I could possibly want out of a sequel so far, just based on the demo. But yeah, closed beta starting tomorrow. Perfect timing for my SDAT appearance today. Oh, we've absolutely nailed this one as well. Like I said, all the hard stuff is just connecting. It's the easy stuff, right? No!
I've watched Bill try that trick for hours.
No. Okay, that's fine. We do have a backup here, which, you know, I intentionally died there to show it off. That was all part of the intended experience for SDAT.
This is a backup strat that I haven't actually learned. It's using a mechanic called tongue offset. Or I guess not mechanic, a glitch. Where if you ground pound and tongue with a specific timing, it offsets where your tongue is from your body, and then it reaches higher based on your head instead of your face. And so you can just make that where you normally cannot.
Gonna wait for the next cycle. Yeah, these moving platforms
so
don't
perfect
really
showing of the speedrun strats here.
Yeah, you've got both methods in one. There you go.
Right. When you go to learn to watch, or when you want to run this game, come back and watch that. That'll show you both.
It's the only time that we use offset in the entire run is that backup strat there, but it works out really well, so you're not constantly dying and resetting on that level, which was the previous strat, is just you just keep going until you hit it.
Right. So this is a neat little level. This is an auto-scroller, except this is the one strat that I contributed to the game. This auto-scroller skip. You skip the first half of this level with some real tight maneuvering and some cycle-based birds here. And if you manage to get across, you can hit this checkpoint, hit retry, and it will retry at this point where the platform is caught up to you. So, you skipped the entire first half of the level. Now we are back in Autoscroller City, which we haven't found a way to skip this part yet.
Oh, we have, but it is nuts. I've never got it to work in a full IL.
We haven't found a way to do it consistently.
No, we have a proof of concept to make this work, but it's yeah, no, I don't think anyone will ever hit it in a full IL.
Well, there's your challenge, chat. Go buy this game or donate to SDAT first, but after that, go buy this game and try to hit this. This will be the most difficult part, where you have to get across to these birds that spawn in, and then tongue jump across all of these to make it to the end.
Let's call it grapple jump. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with tongue jump.
But yeah, the Super Sami Roll 2, the beta is coming out based on the Kickstarter donators, and I'm really excited for that. I believe it's going to be all of World 1 and 2.
Yeah, pretty hefty chunk of the game. I'm not sure if we have confirmation on how many worlds the game will be. There are 4 full-size worlds in Sami 1, and then there's a 5th world with some extra secret levels. But the first 2 worlds of the sequel it's a big chunk of the game to be playing in the closed beta.
For sure. And what we learned from the demo is that the levels are bigger and there's less of them in a world. So I'm not sure how many worlds this game is going to have, but I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for the new characters. I was a Kickstarter backer myself, so I will be getting into that demo or that beta, and yeah, SNC and I actually worked on the demo testing before the demo release, so that it could come out in a better state, and that has made me very interested in doing that more. So,
I suppose not to tease you all, the closed beta, we will be able to stream it. There will be footage from that, so yeah, if you're interested in checking that out, I'm sure both Quill and I will be streaming that at some point over the next 3 weeks.
For sure.
But for now, let's shift focus back onto Super Sami Roll 1.
Yeah. This level makes people quit the game.
Yeah, so the difficulty has just
destroyed.
gone up completely. Enderworld 3 is another major spike. That was tricky. And this is a good example of it. This level is one of the more difficult ones that we've faced so far over any percent. A lot of things can go wrong from this point forward. I am pretty consistent with my World 4, but even still, Enderworld 3 is a big challenge for sure. But,
I want to say this level took me over half an hour to clear casually.
Are you playing advanced only?
I was playing normal, so I still had a timer, but no checkpoints.
Oh, okay, sure. I made the mistake of learning every level with advanced mode and 0 checkpoints. So there are legitimately levels in this game that took me 2 hours to complete first try. We're not going to see it in this run, but the first secret level of World 4 was one of the biggest challenges I've had in this game, for sure. But that's what I mean. You can set your own challenge with this game, for sure. Oh, a little bit late. I think I have to go for IL here. So there are, again, 2 different methods of getting over to this side here. I've not got enough momentum. So that is one of them where you get knocked over, but if you get over here in time... Okay, nice. I wasn't sure if I was making the distance again. This is the method that we use in 80%. Alright. Now would probably be a good time for any donations or messages as we maneuver through the ice here.
Well, it would be, but there aren't any new donations. So just a friendly reminder, everyone. We are raising money for Save the Children. We are doing a poll for the official Speed Docs pizza. Don't fall, don't fall.
I think I can get up.
Fine. He's fine.
He's fine, okay.
Okay, now we're good.
We have some incentives to add extra things, like a rainbow trail in Ori in the Blind Forest. I gotta go look at...
How's our pizza
also
doing?
adding
That's the important
daily
part.
bonus games to CC's run of Snap. And upgrading to all trash cans and Murderous Sonic the Hedgehog.
Alright, nice little trio of
Plenty
ground
of cool
pounds
stuff.
there. Leads into a nice sequence at the end where we can avoid those snowballs. A little bit shaky on that one, but did manage to survive.
So I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think Sammy's saying when you're doing the chain tongue jumps?
He has a couple of different voice lines. I think chew jump is kind of what I hear sometimes, but with the other ones, I'm not even sure what I would say. Like chew is the the main sound effect I'm getting from this. But it's a funny thing that you mention it because we're living in a post-patch world here. I'm aware that the original voice lines for those were re-recorded after launch because it apparently sounded like Sami was muttering curses under his breath.
It sure did.
It really did. For a little context to make that sound a little bit better, the developer is from Spain and lives in Japan, and it sounded like bad words in English. So, a little bit of grace given on it.
Right.
I don't think I've ever heard the original voice lines. Yeah, I definitely got into the game a little bit too late for that, but bit of fun there. I think we've lost Kit. Okay.
That's alright. If we need something important, I have it pulled up. I had a backup host duty.
You're wearing too many hats today.
Screw this guy.
Runner,
This guy
commentator, stream host. Yeah, World 3, yeah, you're going boss fight RNG. There's not much we can do about it. I cannot believe that missile hit me right then.
Yeah, that.
But it's
So,
okay. We are.
The other guy, the first boss had RNG. This guy's RNG is worse. He has 3 different attacks. It is random on timing. The attacks, he can just choose to not do some sometimes, or do 3 in a row of not what you need.
I think it's a permanent 1 in 3 chance of whether you get the right attack.
Yeah,
And I'm not sure if the
also you
odds
can't
actually
hit him like
change
that.
when he does other attacks. Like, it's not like it becomes more likely that he does the right attack at a certain point. I'm not sure if that's correct.
I was so excited when I first tried to speedrun this level. I was just going to take a hit and bounce into him while he's flying, but he just doesn't have a hitbox up there.
No, he doesn't.
So, okay, watch this. This will speak for itself. I really thought you just weren't going to do it.
Yeah, are you thinking of the old strat? Because we've got a nice little consistent one here.
Yeah, maybe I was. Oh, dear, that's so much better.
Yeah, 4-1 is still a pain point in my runs for some reason. Every time I set a new record, I always die on 4-1. So in the current record, that is actually a 30-second time loss on that stage currently, because I died 3 or 4 times attempting the first trick for no good reason.
Yeah, that first jump is difficult no matter what you do.
Yeah, it used to be
it's
way
just
more
really
precise,
hard.
but like I said earlier, we've found some more consistent ways for a lot of these strats. Any percent is a lot friendlier, with the exception of something like this that's coming up. We've got some new stuff that we found.
This is a really cool looking level, casually. Even.
It's a shame you're not going to see any of it, because we're going to damage
Right.
boost by hitting 4 of the
Yeah.
spikes at once, and just immediately skip the level.
That's a big boy jump.
That is a very big boy jump. Ooh.
I hadn't seen that one yet.
Ooh, okay, there we
so
go.
I'm pretty excited about that. I'll have to try that one out.
We do that skip over the end there to skip another auto-scroller section there. I was a little bit dangerous drifting to the right like there. It put me in a tricky spot where I could have been hit by the swords, but just managed to recover it.
So, for everybody wondering how that works, everything that you get hit by launches you. And if you get hit by multiple things at the exact same time, it's just additive. So getting hit by 4 spikes at once launches you 4 times further, which then is enough height to get up there. And also, SNC was doing crazy stuff there while I'm
Yeah, thank you for talking me through it, because that's another healthy gold split right there.
nice.
The balloon physics don't always behave, so that was a good one. I've had trouble with that one recently. Yeah, that 4-4, the damage boost, is one of the most recent discoveries that have been made in the community. Massive shout-outs to Yoda Cage for that one. He's currently focused on his platform fighter grind. He is highly rated Smash Ultimate player and Rivals 2 as of late. So not as much time spent on the Sami grind, but some of the stuff that he has found has been a massive improvement to this run. Cannot shout out enough how much Yoda Cage has contributed to any percent at this point.
For sure. Oh yeah, we do this level now.
Yeah,
It's a big shame, because this is one of those split paths, and I love the other level.
I was gonna say, terrible. For the majority of this run, we've had these branching paths. This is slower than 4-8 now. we've had these branching paths, and for the most part, it's always been very obvious which level you want to play in any percent. But this is the exception. 4-7 and 4-8 are very similar in terms of timings. 4-7, if played well, is a little bit faster now. You're probably saving maybe 4 or 5 seconds. But with the small mistake there, it probably would have been faster for me to play 4-8 instead. 4-8 is extremely consistent. You are almost always guaranteed about a 38-39 second finish. This is a bit awkward. I might over the stairs here. But yeah, the branching paths, it actually plays out really well over any percent like that. So for a long time I was playing 4-8, and I've only recently started doing 4-7.
Entering into this level is where I like to call like the final gauntlet, because all of the levels from here through 414 are pretty difficult. Maybe one break in the next level, but it's still like a pretty tough jump at the beginning of it to get it started.
Yeah, okay.
But this level, as simple as that looks, it will just mess you up sometimes.
Yeah, pacing
There's
on
a
that
lot
is okay for the most part. There's a couple of things that I'm probably doing a little bit different than what Quill is used to, but I find this one is quite inconsistent for me. So this is another instance where you are trying to do things on a cycle, and if you're a little bit slow at the start, which we are unfortunately, we're going to miss the cycle up here. So we're going to have to wait this gear to keep it spinning. But it's very unusual to get a cycle skip in 80%. It's something that I've really struggled with. But yeah, I suppose Quill's not too far off with the gauntlet. There are some big skips still to come. 4-11 being one of the largest skips in the game. Saves a full minute and a half compared to regular strats.
Most levels aren't a minute and a half.
Ooh, first try, look at that.
That was really, really good. Very difficult skip. Do not be deceived by how easy he made that look.
Yeah, 4-11 is insane. To the point where almost every runner has their own method of doing 4-11. There is what we call the squid method, former world record runner squid, where he holds jump and sort of bounces off the fence without using the ground pound, just sort of lets the momentum and the angle of the bounce off it carry him through. Yoda Cage has his own method that he's found with a couple of ground pounds and using a spring that we ignored there. And that method that I used is one that I came up with myself, and it's tricky. It's one of the hardest ones to learn for sure. I think it's a real hurdle for anyone who wants to try to learn 80% 4-11. As well as this stage...
You can't be talking while you do this kind of skip. This is crazy.
Yeah, no, that's one of the latest skips we've added for any percent as well. It's another thing that Yoda Cage has sort of added to any percent, but... yeah, no, there's some tricky stuff here.
Whatever
I'm going a little bit slow, so I'm going to wait here.
Ground pounding these boxes, you just kind of die most of the time.
You clip into them, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We always do the checkpoint here. It resets our cycle, makes this a little bit easier near the ending. But 4-13 is a hard stage. I think this is another one that people really struggle with on a casual playthrough. I'm going a little bit slower than I'd like right now.
This one is a 45 plus minute level in my casual playthrough.
Yeah, we're making good pace right now. Getting quite close to the end here. 4-14 is what I would call the final gauntlet for our platforming challenge.
Right. And after this, we have one easy level and then an RNG final boss fight.
Yeah. But 4-14
can kill us. It's not easy.
Is my favorite level in the game. I think there is so much that you can do with this level in terms of routing, and not all of it is really obvious either. I think it's the perfect final challenge of how risky you want to play this, what kind of strategies you want to go for, like skipping the obvious things and then grappling over the spikes, which almost ended up killing me there. Even things like this, I'm going to ignore this first little trapeze bar and use the momentum to cross here. There's some wild things with 4-14. I think it is a brilliantly designed level.
Yeah, and it becomes that because of how well designed the game is, and that you get to have this creative flow. Like, you can do a lot of what you want to do in this game.
And now it's fine, but Essence is fine. I'm refreshing it now.
Do I need to
Refresh it,
restart
'cause
my stream? or-
No, you're fine. I'm watching
No.
the RTMP and you're fine, so.
Okay. It looks better now.
Okay, are we good?
Hold
I
on.
think we're good.
Should we start?
I hope we're good because we are approaching time right now.
Yeah.
Had to pause a little bit there, so we have lost some time, but we are still, it would have been under 40 minutes, but
Yeah.
that's time on that last attack right there. Damn.
That's right. We'll still consider it sub 40.
That
True.
has, that
In
has
our
to be a
hearts.
sub 40 finish right there.
Yeah,
My goodness.
which is crazy. I mean, that's a really, really good marathon time.
Yeah, I think that's the
And time in general.
best time anyone's managed on a live marathon attempt, and to do that for you all today, really happy with. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the end there, but I do really hope you all enjoyed the run. And just really thankful to be here today, joining Quill on his commentary as well, and then having him get to sit on my run here, get to see some of the more recent strats. It's been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it's been fun having each other watch the other one do more updated strats of games that we enjoy.
Does that mean we're going to see
Very
you back
fun
on the
time.
grind soon, Quill? Is that what you're telling me?
I do need to get back to Sammy 1 before Sammy 2 comes out, because I won't go back to Sammy 1 after Sammy 2 comes out.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I cannot express how much love I have for this game. If you haven't tried it out for yourself, I thoroughly recommend picking it up. I do not think there's much like it out there on the market, and as a speedrunning game particularly, it's perfect. It's such a good speedrun experience. I think it's a very entertaining run to both play and watch. It's so underplayed, and I think it needs more love. So, very pleased to show it off to you all today.
Yep, a heavy agree from me.
All right, with that said,
and
I
it
think
was awesome gameplay.
I think we're done taking over the block. Thank you, Kit. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, no worries, not at all. So, with that, we'll move on. We'll hit an intermission, and we'll be back in just a little bit with Hello Kitty.